Hello everyone, this is Zebo and welcome to today's everything you need to know about the upcoming patch for Guardian Tales global server. So in today's video, we'll run through everything that has dropped on the KL server so that you guys can be better prepared for the upcoming patch next Tuesday once it appears on the global side. So without further ado, let us start with today's video. So as usual, I'll go through the less interesting stuff, right? So the first one is obviously the bingo machine. I think this is not the first time that a bingo machine has dropped, so I'm not going to explain too much about it. So we'll be getting all these rewards, which is Vishuvac shards, because this time around we'll be focusing on Vishuvac's second exclusive weapon. So some of you guys might be pulling for Vishuvac for her second exclusive weapon to prepare for raid or even like future Colosseum contents. So these are the rewards, as you guys can see. So pretty standard stuff for the square rewards. For the line rewards, some changes to the hero shards and some changes to the equipments. So nothing too much or nothing too spectacular. Let us move on to the next part of the update. Next up, we have the Guild Conquest, which is the third season coming so far. So the bosses are still the same, right? Miss Chrome, Executive Red Hood Arabelle, as well as Red Hood Virabrium. And this is the layout. So in general, the play style for Guild Conquest didn't really change too much, right? The armory is still there, your camps are still there, your trucks are still there, and the rewards is pretty similar to season 2, so you can actually receive all or just let the rewards go into your account after the end of one season. And you can also check the obtain rewards, which is a good quality of life change to keep track of what the rewards you have gotten. So personally, not a very big fan of Conquest, and even after the multiple revamps, I'm still not that big of a fan, because yeah, like I think like it's kind of pretty much like Guild Raid but a lot harder. But then again, I could be wrong, right? They have a lot of improvements to this game mode over time, and we shall see whether or not more pros will explore on this, because I don't actually experiment on this a lot. But if you guys want me to make a guide on this Guild Conquest season, do let me know, because in the previous few videos I think the response wasn't really good, so I don't plan to make another one unless there's a lot of people who want to see another Guild Conquest guide from this channel. So with that, let us move on to the next part of the video. So next up, we talk about the hero buffs and changes. So two heroes got some improvements this patch. They are basically Clara as well as Vishuvac. So for Vishuvac, right, other than the new exclusive weapon, as you guys can see over here, for the gauntlet or the claw version of the exclusive weapon, the chain skill damage is improved from 270% damage to 300% damage. So I personally think this is not gonna make too much of a difference for the claw version, but what this will definitely make a lot stronger will be Solavish, which is Vishuvac with Mariel's exclusive weapon, right? Solaris, so that's why it's called Solavish, right? So this 30% increase will make your burst damage coming out from your chain skill a lot more lethal, right? It's 1/10 of the current damage, which is insane in my opinion. If you crit with the 30% additional damage, and you're probably gonna kill off most people, or even like just deal massive damage to most enemies. So that's one thing I think the improvement did for Vishuvac. And obviously the second thing that it did, right, was when you are equipped with the claw exclusive weapon over here. So I'll click on the exclusive weapon for the claw side. As you guys can see, it increases the flame explosions attack by 20% on top of its original additional explosion occurring at 40% chance. So this flame explosion is basically Vishuvac's second ability, where she's able to cause like mini explosion on the ground, but it doesn't occur that frequently, and it's not like the main source of damage you want to look out for. But then again, this 20% increase means that she could probably trade better, because if your opponent do decide to stand still and fight with you, like perform some dog fights such as arena and stuff, you have a higher chance of actually going even with them, because Vishuvac's normal attack is not that good. Like the attack speed is a bit too slow, so her damage usually relies on her critting or her dealing the flame explosion peel out flips. So that's one thing about her, but overall good improvement. I think the claw version is a lot stronger in the arena, whereas the gauntlet version is probably stronger for any other game mode outside of arena. So that's for Vishuvac. And then for Clara's buffs, right, they actually sort of improved her damage numbers a bit. I think the idea of them improving her damage numbers is to make her a little bit more viable for raid, or rather make her a lot stronger for raid, because first of all, chain skill damage increased from 320% to 330% DPS, so 10% increase. Not a major number, but every bits of number count to having more damage. And other than that, right, her exclusive weapon skill, the damage number increased from 255% to 265%. So the focus here is for her to do more weapon skill damage and then do more chain skill damage, so more for the raid side, because Clara is actually not a good hero in terms of chaining the opponent in arena. So the chain skill doesn't really play that much in arena itself, because she doesn't chain easily, and her chain skill damage doesn't matter if you can't chain your opponent. So that's my thought about her. Probably much better for fire range raid teams in the raid side, or maybe you can try her out in the Colosseum side, right, with probably Vishuvac as well as Lina, or maybe other fire units to try a fire range team. So that's my thought about her. And with that, let us move on to the next part of the update, which is the hero up banners. So since we are on the topic of Vishuvac, right, we'll talk about the heroes. So we have Vishuvac, we have Lucy, we have Clara, as well as Mia. So your whole suit of fire units. And we'll be also getting the Volcanic Core, which is Vishuvac's new exclusive weapon. So if you guys are a PvP or PvE player, I mean, if you're a PvE player and you are a fire enjoyer, then this is probably a good exclusive weapon to have. I'll do a how worthy video separately for this exclusive weapon, so stay tuned for the videos to come on the weekends. And yep, that's pretty much it. Let us move on to the next part of the update. Next up, I think, is the minor improvement to the boss attack animation UI. So nowadays, when the boss is about to launch an attack, the attack timer will be indicated in the targeting red color signal on screen, as you guys can see. So usually when the boss is channeling for a skill, right, you do not know when the skill will actually drop. So this indicator in terms of the red color signal filling up is a good indication, especially for all the beginners or people who are not very familiar with the boss's attack pattern. So very good improvement to help all the newbies. Not that impactful for myself. Like for people who have been playing the game for a super duper long time, I think you guys would have gotten the boss attack pattern memorized. But for the newer players, I think this is definitely a great addition. And with that, let us move on to the last part of today's video, which is the Amazon shop itself. So here is the packages. We'll start with the packages first. So there will be an epic limit break hammer package, which will cost you 5,000 gems as usual. So remember to save up 5,000 gems in order to get your epic limit break hammer for your like epic weapons, right? And then we have a ton of packages. So first of all, we have the special package of May. So this special package, right, can be purchased daily. So it's a very cheap package at about Sing dollars 640. So roughly about I would say 5 USD, about 5 USD, somewhere there. And this package, right, even though it's very simple, but if you can buy it daily for the 14 days period, I don't know how long this will last. But if you buy it on a 14 days period, you get a ton of stamina, a ton of option change stone, and a ton of option lock stone. So this is probably for the whales who is able to spend on a daily basis. I mean, if you're a light spender and you kind of want all this stuff, then this is a good purchase. But like I mentioned, this is a daily reset thing, so whales will probably love them. And this is one thing which I know the whales are lacking a lot. One is the option change, and the other one is the option lockstone. So definitely a good addition for the whales. And we also have the special package of May. So this is usually your $100 plus package. So this time around, we have 100 summons controller, 60 option change stone, 100 option lockstone, and 1 epic limit break hammer. So this is for like the uber end game players to sort of like try to max out the stats on their equipments, or get more equipments to complete their collections, or get more equipments to limit break their weapons itself. So yep, whale package $100 over. And then we have your limited gem package. So this one standard stuff, right? Gem with a little bit more gold and a little bit more exp. If you're a new player, I think this is a great addition. But for somebody like me, right, I have a ton of exp in like storage which I don't really use, so this package doesn't seem so attractive to me. And they also have the limited summon package. So this is pretty usual package, pretty standard one. And then we have all your old package over here. So these four are the newer ones, and I think this special package is probably the most attractive in my opinion because it's really cheap. So if you have very limited budget and you can't really spend a lot, you can just buy it on a 1 to 2 day basis. And if you have a lot of money and you're willing to spend, then you can buy it on a daily basis. Overall, if you buy it on a 14 days basis, it's probably $100 over, pretty much the same as the big package. But yeah, that's the purpose of this pack itself. So with that, let us move on to the other new stuff in the shop. So within the other new stuff, we have the new costume. So Mark 99 Strider. I specifically want to talk about it because I think the costume is really cool. And there's also the Ogma Mark Raiden. So Ogma finally got a new costume, and this is definitely more robot-like than the default skin. So I'm gonna purchase it on my account where I have Ogma to show off the costume itself. And then for the equipment side, we have the weapons. So we have Flame Mecha Rifle for Mark 99, and we have the Ultra High Temp Mecha Rifle, which is a sword for Ogma itself. So that's for the thing. And then for super costume, we have Feral Lupina. So if you guys like Lupina and you guys like some NSFW stuff, yeah, this is probably a good costume to have. Pretty NSFW, I think the developers went all out on it. And then we talk about the last part, which is the battle medals. So they introduced the Mad Panda Aleph costume for Aleph, right? They also introduced a weapon, Morning Star Feast, for the gauntlet. So these two new costumes do not offer any collection, but I think in the near future it will probably be together with the Bradback Priscilla as well as the mob that were introduced earlier. So this is to encourage more people to play arena, more people to play Colosseum, more people to do raid. So that's pretty much it for the stuff within Camazon. And yeah, that's pretty much all the major updates that will drop on the upcoming patch for Garden Tales. And thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more videos from the channel. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.